All right, so we are looking at the rectangular model backwards today, all righty? So, basically what we're doing is we are finding, it looks like, the width in each of your examples. So we're going to fill in the blanks with what we know. Well, we can't fill in the blanks with what we know, but we're going to fill in this model with the information that's already given to us. So who can remember which number is considered our height? The front number, right? Good. So the 2. The number that's outside those parentheses is going to be considered our height still. So they have provided us with that information. Let's go ahead and label that just so we remember. So this is going to be my height. Now inside of these parentheses, inside this box, something is missing, right? What's missing from that box? Our width is missing. Very good. Thank you, Rihanna. Our width is missing. But they've provided us with the areas already of each of our rectangles. So let's go ahead and plug in the information that we know. They have already put 2 for our height. And then our first rectangle's area is 8C. Remember that our area formula is going to be A equals height times width. So we're always going to put that height first. So we have 2 in this box for our height. Now, we're trying to find out what we're going to put in this blank to equal an area of 8C. 2 times what equals 8? 4, right? However, we also have a variable on this area. So what is that 4 going to have on it? A 4C. Very good. So if I take 2 times 4C, I get that area of 8C, which is the area that they provided for us. Now let's look at the second rectangle. I still have my height of 2. I don't know my width, but I do know that my area is going to equal 10. So what times 2 equals 10? 5. So from here, I was able to figure out what my heights were going to be because they provided me with my height, or my width, because they provided me with my height and they provided me with my area. So I'm going to go ahead and plug these numbers in up here. I got 4C as my answer. I got 5C. Oops. 5, yep. And then make sure that you also plug them into the box in the order that they appear. So I had 4C first, it's going to go first, and then I have 5. Second, so it's going to go second. Does anybody have any questions? What do you think about that? Is that pretty easy?
So now do you guys see why we always wanted you to keep them in order? How we were big on it has to be height, then it has to be width, because it helps keep the work organized for now when we're trying to determine what the width is when we have the area. The rest of the year is going to be working pretty much in some manner working with these area models in the same type of setup and design as what you're doing now. So as long as you know where that height goes, that width goes, and that area goes, and how the answers look, you guys should be set pretty good.
All right, let's move on to example number 2. Okay, so when I'm looking at this, I have 5 parentheses, blank plus blank, close parentheses, equals 25D plus 35. So let's fill in that information that I already know in my model. What is my height going to be? 5, very good. I do not know my width yet, right? And I know my area of each of the rectangles that they gave us is 15D plus 35. So where is that 5 for height going to go? On the side, right? Okay. So keep in mind, always keep in mind that area formula, that A equals height times width. Remember to put that in your box just like that. So I have 5 times blank equals 15D.
3D.
Good. 5 times 3 is 15. Don't forget that variable, which you guys already knew was 3D. And that's going to be my width for that first rectangle. Now let's look at that second rectangle. What is my height that they already have given us? 5. That's okay. Yeah, you have the answer. Good job. Okay, so Rihanna, what is it, the answer? What's the width? 7. Thank you. Very good. So I have 5 times 3D equals that area that they gave us, 15D. And then I have 5, the height they gave us, times 7 equals 35, which is that area that they gave us. Do not forget to plug it in up here in order. So I have 3D plus 7. Good job. Good job. Good job. So there's this one, these are the areas, right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
So this time I'm just gonna write it backwards. So your area first equals. Hey, guys, I'm trying really hard not to say anything, but there's no way all this extra talking is acceptable. Ever. So you'll just write, the area's gonna be first equals, then you'll do the height times width. So you're just kind of mixing it around. And you know it's the area because it doesn't have
The parentheses. Okay. All right, so for this one, they've already given us the area. Do y'all hear how they don't know, or how we know that this is the area? Because it doesn't have the parentheses around it. If it was to have the parentheses around it, that would mean that it's the width. But since it doesn't, we know that this is our area. So we're going to go ahead and plug those numbers in order into our boxes. So this is my area. My first area of my first rectangle is 12x squared y. And then my second area is 18xy squared. So I know this is my area, I know this is my height. What formula am I going to put in here to find my width? What number have they already provided me with?
6xy.
6xy, which is my what, Isaiah? I almost gave you the answer. My height. Very good. Thank you. So this is my height. I'm going to go ahead and put 6xy in here times blank equals 12x squared y.
It's 2x.
How'd you get that? How'd you get that?
Plus 2 times. 6 times 2 equals 12.
Good. But then how did you get that extra, that other variable?
Because 6 is xy, but 12 is xy.
Ah.
Huh?
Excellent. Excellent. So our width for this one is going to be 2. Let me write that in a different color. 2x. All right? Because if I take 6 times 2, I'm going to get 12. If I take this x times this x, I'm going to get x squared. We already have a y for our area, so we don't have to multiply another variable by this variable. Okay? Does that kind of make sense? Yes. Huh? You want to do the next one? All right, Rihanna calls the next one. This box, Rihanna.
Alright, so how you get 18 is 6 times 3.
Good. So I have my 6xy times
But for your variables for 3 is 3xy.
3. Do I need an x, another x? Because I only have one x for my area.
Oh yeah, no.
But I do need another y because I have a y squared, right? Very good. So if I take x, or 6xy times 3y, I'm going to get 6 times 3 is 18. X times nothing is still x. And then y times y is y squared. So this is pretty easy, right? Make sure that you guys plug in your height at the top, or your width, sorry. Sometimes I get them confused too. My height, my width.
Hey guys, just keep quiet, please. Thank you.
We only have one example left, you guys, and then you have plenty of time to work on your homework for today. So let's go ahead and get it done. All right, so this one has a lot of variables and some exponents with it. So let's go ahead
Stop.
and plug in what we know. Kelsey, can you help me out? What do we know? What are these numbers? Our area, right? Very good. So we know that our first rectangle's area is going to be 54 a cubed b squared c.
Did you say A cubed?
A cubed.
Say A squared.
Because this is it's a to the third.
Power.
A to the third power, but is also a cubed.
A cubed or K?
Cubed. C-U-B-E-D.
Oh.
No. It is how.
That's okay. Sometimes you can't. It's all good. Don't worry. Thank you for asking.
I need to. Ooh.
I'm glad that you clarified, Deontay. All right. So, my height is 9a squared b squared. I'm going to go ahead and write that in. B squared. Now, if I'm trying to find my width, what am I going to multiply 9 by to get 54? 6. Very good. So I have 6. Now I have a squared, but my area is a to the third. So how many a's do I need in this answer? I need 1, right? So I have 1a and a c, right? Because I already have b squared in this answer and b squared in this answer. So I don't need another b. But I do need a c because my area has a c in it. So my height, oh my goodness, I am sorry. You guys know the height. The width is going to be 6ac. Because if I take 9 times 6, I get 54. A squared times a is a to the third. B squared times no b is b squared still. And no c times a c is going to be c.
You said a squared times.
A squared times a.
Because combined is going to be
A cubed.
Always remember that now. Because you asked that question.
I do appreciate you guys catching me on some of my stuff. I do fumble over my words when I get nervous, so thank you for helping me out. Because you guys make me I'm still a noob. Remember, I'm still learning, so.
Yeah, she just out of college.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I know.
Guys, listen, it takes some people 5 years out of college to get a job she's going to be doing in a few months. So kudos to this woman. So she's going to have a full-time job here.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
Hey guys, pay attention.
All right, we only have one more left, so let's go ahead and get through it. So we have our height of 9a squared b squared times our unknown width.
It's 7.
So what do we multiply 9 by to get 63, Rihanna? I heard you say it. 7.
The exponent, I don't know. So I'm calling it
All right. So I have an a squared already. I have an a squared here.
It's going to be a B.
It's going to be a b, right? Thank you, Haley. I have a b squared here, and I need one more b to get to b.
So it's just gonna be
Cube.
B.
Yeah. Very good. So I have 7b. Make sure that you plug those in on top. So I have 6ac, 7b. And then there's my answer. We figured it out. Does anybody have any questions? All right.